We can imagine a universe where all empty space is just the size of a dimensionless point. The question then would be, what is around that point? If the answer is nothing, we fall into the same magnification as we do when measuring empty space away from any dimensionless point. We are the ones who created the idea and the concept. We create empty space itself by measuring it, observing it, perceiving it. When no observer measures the empty space of the universe, it is not wrong to assume that all the empty space of the universe has only one existence the size of a dimensionless point. If we admit that all the empty space of the universe is just the size of a point without dimensions and that around it there is only nothingness and that this nothingness is infinitely extensive, but monolithic, solid, completely hard, tense, we are doing nothing more than that, defining nothingness in a way similar to how our empty space behaves when we admit that it is empty space infinite in extent. Every elementary particle of matter, every fundamental unit of matter that can be treated or considered in this way, is nothing more than a relatively stationary wave located in empty space. String theory has a framework containing all known types of particles of matter, all families of particles where it correctly discriminates that each different type of elementary particle of matter just corresponds to different types of frequencies or wavelengths in strings, which are like unions between 2 points existing in empty space. Much of what we have achieved with this theory is due to the early work of the great physicist de Broglie. The existence of these microstrings in empty space can be explained by the dichotomy of unity versus extension of empty space, which are its two main characteristics. By presenting these two characteristics, unity and extension, empty space is a continuous way. The main difference between a continuous way and a discontinuous way is that a continuous way is not formed by points or parts that are actually definitively separated, but that its parts or the points located in this way form a single, indivisible, inseparable whole, in fact, or absolutely. This characteristic means that any point located in this way is always in constant and intense instantaneous communication with any other point located in that way. This constant and continuous communication between any points located in the way is also called way tension. A discontinuous way would be formed by independent parts or points, in fact separate, not necessarily having any kind of link, contact, or communication between any of the points or parts that are always independent from each other in a definitive way. This is not how the empty space with which we are familiar is presented. In empty space, all the experiments carried out show that there is always a perfect and full communication between any points located in this environment. The speed of light in a vacuum or in empty space is always the same for any observer regardless of its location or movement situation in the universe. This shows that empty space is a continuous way. Light is a wave, it behaves as such. The fact that light can travel through empty space shows that empty space is a tense way, just as mechanical waves can only travel on a tied string when it is tense, stretched. The speed of a mechanical wave on a tethered rope always depends directly on the force or tension that stretches the rope and on the rope's mass or density, which is the ratio of the rope's mass divided by its length. The matter-energy density, also called the critical density found in a given volume of empty space for the case of the universe, is equal to the mass of approximately 5 hydrogen atoms, about 10 to the power of minus 23 grams per cubic meter. Not coincidentally, it is in this single value for the critical density that empty space appears geometrically flat, without curvature, either positive or negative, which is the most general case of the universe as a whole. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and give your like if you enjoy it.